What's up, tea weirdos? This is Denny.
And this is James from TeaDB.org.
Oh my god.
Oh!
We're cool.
Yeah. So today we are bringing back one of, our old favorites. This is the Oriental Beauty. The Oriental Beauty. I'm starting to talk like a really old person. And so thank you to Roy Lamberty of the New York Tea Society. It sounds like he has a good group of folks that meet up, go to tea events and stuff like that out there. Not a vendor, but a guy, he sent me an email, offered to send us some samples.
Yeah.
So thank you to Roy, who goes by MyTeaGuy. Maybe he is a vendor, I don't know. Go check him out.
Yeah.
Google him, MyTeaGuy.
MyTeaGuy.com /
We're making up this as we go. This is like
that's
improv right there.
Not actually. I mean, / technically would still just be the domain name. So
yeah.
Kind of just like gotcha. But
how's this smell?
Smells great. Small leaves, and you'll notice the white buds. So just kind of the classic looking Oriental Beauty.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, don't want that. There we go. This will still be a rinse, but get some smells in here.
So I was noting on Roy's note that this tea is from 2016. So for those of you that don't know, this tea is one of the very few teas that you actually want the summer harvest of. That's the only harvest of it.
Yeah.
And that's because the bugs bite this tea. Wow, that's really aromatic.
So floral and sweet smelling.
So perfumey.
Yeah, incredibly so. So we'll see if it tastes as sweet as it smells.
A Taiwanese oolong, but kind of a different one from your standard high mountain tea or dongding or whatever.
Right, and that's it's the enzymatic performance in essence, this from the leaves being bitten by these bugs that create sort of this really sweet smell. And as the story is told, there was a flooding
or earthquake or something like
some
that?
sort of natural disaster in essence, and the tea they thought the tea harvest was ruined. The bugs had eaten the tea. It was summertime, but someone just went down to the market to sell tea anyway, and people started loving this tea. So let's give it a shot.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. So I've had some Oriental Beauties that are greener and a little bit more verdant, and this is definitely one of those more like roasted and just sort of a cozier palate, not as crisp.
So does that put it closer to maybe something like a Chinese red tea or a black tea?
Yeah, I think it has more of those notes, and it's a good observation. Definitely, yeah. It tastes. It has that. It's really sweet still. It's really floral. It's really sweet.
Not all of that aroma from that Gaiwan is coming out into this.
No.
Yeah. Pretty sweet. A little bit of that corn sweetness. It doesn't really remind me. Sometimes these will remind me of Yunnan blacks, and this one does not yet. Yeah,
it doesn't have quite as much sort of spiciness and earthiness as some of those Yunnan blacks will. That kind of maybe balance out some of that kind of corn sweetness. This has more of a just like really sweet, flowery, sugary, light vibe to it. And I give that steeping a little bit longer.
So it's a little bit deeper color, as you guys can see, and like more of a orangish yellow.
Yeah, and I gave it maybe like a beat longer to hang out in the Gaiwan, just because I want to get a little bit more of the flavors out. It's so sweet right now, I can push it.
And is this is this a normal brew for you, Denny? Oriental Beauty?
I definitely love this tea. Yeah, it's one of the Taiwanese teas that I do enjoy the most. Oriental Beauty, Baozhong, some of those high mountain, Alishan mountain teas. But I haven't actually been drinking it too much recently. So this is a nice reminder. It's such a distinct flavor that I think you have it and you smell it again a year later and you're like, nah. So, yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Has a nice slightly velvety texture, kind of like a white tea.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree.
Maybe a little bit of a spicier after notes now.
I'd say this is like a little bit more stuff going on than the initial steep. It's still kind of the basic profile of that floral stuff, but the texture I agree is you can appreciate that a lot more on this infusion.
Excuse me.
And leaf-wise, how much did you choose to use? You kind of eyeballed it.
I definitely eyeballed it.
It smells nice.
Yeah, it smells incredible. I think I'm not getting quite as much complexity in the cup as I am in the Guy one, but that's okay, and we can still get there. Do you get any sort of lingering, maybe a little bit more of like a spiciness or
a little bit
in front of my tongue?
I found it's really lingering towards the front of my mouth. Just a pretty, maybe even more of like a honey corn type sweetness, I would say.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not getting the spiciness quite yet.
Not strong at all, but just that it's a little bit of a kind of perpendicular angle to the sweetness that's going on. This is definitely really tasty. I'll give that even longer this time. And unlike a roll too long, this will brew out more quickly. What?
Wow. Then you can just read my expressions. But I was going to ask how this was going to do in the mom test.
Oh, okay, got it.
You're welcome to finish that thought.
Anyway, so yeah, this will brew out a little bit more quickly. But if you want to get into the meat of it, then giving it a little bit more time early on in the front of it, it will reduce the end of it. But that's okay. I think this is a tea that you can definitely push. And I used probably a third of the Guy one full of dry leaf. Yeah. And now it's definitely over halfway full of wet leaf.
Yeah, maybe 2/3. And this is a tea that also, I know that you used to brew this sometimes, and we still do, without a rinse, because you can't have pesticides for this tea because you actually want the bugs to come out.
Yeah.
Is that something you still do?
Would do. I think it just depends genuinely on the tea, and you could even be sort of at the last bit of the tea in the bag, and it's just kind of covered in tea dust, and it just needs a rinse anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that. So there's always possible variations, but this is one of those teas that I think we could have drank this tea without a rinse because of the quality of it.
Yeah, but as Denny also said, maybe if you want to get into the meaty steeps of the tea, you could definitely rinse first, which tends to be what we try to do on TeaDB.
That is why I did it.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah.
It's more black tea.
Yeah. Getting that texture. I feel like the texture has really come out in these last couple.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, for an Oriental Beauty, I don't usually expect as much of a sort of dynamic kind of changing steep to steep. You get that more in those older pu'ers.
Yeah, I could get that spice now. Maybe a bit of even citrus, a little bit light, but
yeah, I can see that. I think that the sweetness is dying off a little bit, so there's getting to more of those sorts of just kind of a more normal black tea flavors. And yeah, these leaves are small. I think especially with the small leaves, they'll kind of die off a little bit quicker. I think let this hang out. We haven't reboiled.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty gentle tea, gentle on the stomach too.
Yeah, easy to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Passing the mom test.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how this tea would do on the mom test.
What do you think?
I think it would completely destroy the mom test.
Moms everywhere would love this tea.
Yeah, it would go straight back to the next generation and destroy the grandma test as well.
Dang.
Yeah.
Finish them.
Yeah. No, I think this is a really tasty tea, and I think this is tea, for instance, is a really nice bridge towards really reach out to casual brewers, but it's also interesting and nice enough to drink, I think, for more serious tea people as well.
Absolutely.
Especially texturally and stuff like that, and really pretty easy to brew too. So I think the tea all around, who doesn't like Oriental Beauty?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think this is perfect, hard to mess up, sweet. Anyone is going to enjoy this tea. It has a lot of flavor. It taste sweetened, which a lot of people want.
Yeah.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that if you, like James said, you might end up using this as sort of a stepping stone into some weirder flavors that you might end up finding appealing.
Right.
But this is a great tea that's sort of different, but it has a cool story, but is also quite nice. Yeah, I mean, really enjoyable. So shout out again to Roy. Thanks so much. Check out the MyTeaGuy.com.
Yeah, and if you are... Oh, there's a website there. I thought you were just talking gibberish. Anyways, go check them out. If you are in New York, you can also check out the New York Tea Society if you are interested in meeting up or something like that with those folks. Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts on the steeping?
Chugging along.
I think it's getting into much more of that sort of like earthier, spicier thing, and I like how dynamic this tea is, just to reiterate that. But check them out. If you want to follow us, like the video if you like the video, get your mom to like the video if she likes videos on YouTube. Also just hire someone who you call your mom to like our video. And we have a website, tdb.org, tdborg@gmail.com to get in touch.
Yep.
Subscribe to our newsletter. Follow us on Instagram. And the
Instagram.
And the Pinterest. My grandmother would say. Shout out, Grandma. All right. That's it.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.